Dale's hands tremble as he flips through his clipboard, eyes darting like a cornered animal. He tries to regain his voice, but the room has shifted. He no longer stands on a podium. He's under a spotlight. "This is all being twisted," he blurts. "You don't understand what it takes to maintain a safe, high-standard neighborhood. I've done everything by the book." He points at me, the projection of his damning email still burning behind him. "You're trying to paint me as some sort of, what? Racist villain because I asked for order?" I let the moment breathe. Then I open my folder, one last document. I hold it high. "This," I say, "is a county injunction. Effective as of this morning, it prohibits the HOA from enforcing any modifications to ADA-compliant structures without official review. Your threat to demolish our ramp? Illegal," gasps. "And this," I turn to the crowd, slowly clicking, to the next slide on the projector. Surveillance footage appears, grainy, time-stamped, showing Dale late at night, pulling up in his Lexus SUV. He steps out, flashlight in hand, walks right up our ramp, tugs at the railing, measures it. Then, snaps a photo and drives off. The room erupts, whispers, shouts. Someone gasps. "He was snooping?" I let it roll one more second before hitting pause. Dale's frozen on screen like a criminal in a lineup. "I got this from a neighbor's doorbell cam," I explain. "You trespassed, Dale, on private property. You targeted a disabled woman's access to her own home." Dale's face is red now, boiling. He pounds the podium. "Enough! I am the president of this association. You think a few emails and camera tricks are gonna undo that? You're just Dale Lockridge." A firm voice cuts through the chaos. Heads turn. A tall woman in a dark blazer steps forward from the crowd. She flashes a badge. "My name is Cynthia Moore, County ADA Compliance. We received multiple complaints about this HOA and your actions specifically. What I've seen tonight confirms what we suspected." Dale visibly recoils. You can't just barge in here." She holds up a hand, silencing him. "You violated federal accessibility law, Mr. Lockridge. And that's before we get into the falsified community votes and pattern of selective enforcement." The crowd stirs again. Phones are recording now. Dale is sweating through his collar. "We'll be pursuing this matter further," Cynthia continues, "and I strongly suggest you seek legal counsel." Dale's composure snaps like a brittle twig. "You people don't get it," he mutters. "We built this community to be safe, to keep out trouble. We had standards, and now it's just open season for anyone who wants to whine about their feelings." Monique's camera is still rolling. Dale just handed me his confession. Live. And in high definition. And just like that, the spell breaks. People begin to walk out. The woman who once whispered, "Maybe they don't belong," turns her back on him. Mr. Herrera, silent for months, mutters, "You should be ashamed." Even the board members look away. Dale slumps against the podium, cornered, exposed, no longer feared, no longer in charge. And I don't need to scream or shout. I just meet his eyes and say quietly, "You thought you could bury us with your rules." Pause. "But I brought a shovel too, and I'm not done digging." The moment Dale Lockridge is escorted out of the clubhouse by two sheriff's deputies, the air changes. Like a thunderstorm finally passing. He doesn't speak, doesn't scream, just stares at the ground while people he once barked orders at film his slow, humiliating exit. The HOA president who weaponized rules to punish the vulnerable, caught, cornered, crushed. The next morning, Channel 9 airs a full segment. The headline, HOA president under investigation. After targeting disabled woman caught on video, his email quote scrolls across the screen. The footage of him trespassing plays in slow motion. The anchor's voiceover spares no mercy. By lunch, his name trends locally. By dinner, the board releases a statement. Effective immediately. Dale Lockridge is removed from his position pending legal proceedings. I read the statement aloud to my mom while she waters her peace lilies, her hands steady, her face calm. Guess karma finally RSVP'd, she says with a soft chuckle. But there's more. A week later, the county files formal charges: violation of ADA protections, harassment and falsification of public documentation. Fines stack, civil lawsuits follow. His house, once the tallest on the block, goes up for sale under motivated seller. Turns out, even entitled kings fall when no one's left to carry their crown. But the biggest shift? It isn't legal. It's human. Mrs. Nguyen brings over homemade dumplings the next day. She doesn't say much, but she lingers longer than she used to, eyes misty. Mr. Herrera waves now. Actually waves. Even the young couple across the street, the ones who used to avoid eye contact, bring us a potted plant with a card that reads, "Thank you for standing up when we stayed quiet." The silence that once isolated us now feels like reflection. I don't trust them all yet, but I see the shift. I see the effort. One morning, I come out to find the kids on the block painting signs for their lemonade stand. They've painted a new one for us, too. Dr. Price and Mama. "Pete, we love your ramp!" Mom tears up reading it. We frame that sign. We keep it by the window. The HOA board hosts a healing meeting a month later, inviting residents to share grievances and propose new bylaws. I attend, clipboard in hand. This time they don't. Roll their eyes, they listen. Because I'm not just the black guy in 104 anymore. I'm the reason Dale's gone. The reason the ramp stayed. The reason people now double-check before calling a rule a weapon. On our first truly peaceful Sunday, I'm sitting with Mom on the porch. The wind's gentle. The air smells like jasmine and clean grass. She sips her tea and glances at me. "You know," she says, "I didn't need the whole world to change, just needed someone to see me." I take her hand. "They see you now, Mama." She smiles. And for the first time since we moved here, the neighborhood feels like ours too, not because they gave it to us, but because we took it back.